Today is the 23rd of October, 2020. Welcome to Good Morning Africa. Welcome to your most authoritative morning show on the continent, Good Morning Africa, with yours truly, Kwame Owusu Danso. I'm super excited to come your way with yet another edition. It's such an exhilarating morning because we get to spend quality time together here. We get to think deeply about our material conditions, think deeply about the things that affect you and I, think deeply about governance, think deeply about leadership. And so every time when I get the opportunity to sit here with you, I don't only consider it as a rare privilege, but I also consider it as a calling to be able to, deliver to the good people of this nation, Ghana and Africa, because we are being watched across 32 African countries. That's no mean an achievement, and we can only pride ourselves with quality content and superior programming here on Pan-African television. This morning we're going to be having a wonderful tete-a-tete here. We are going to try to find out whether or not we can demonstrate our understanding of the issues that confront you and I. Issues relating to corruption, issues relating to elections, issues relating to all manner of things within the governance and political structure of our dear nation, Ghana. Before I share with you what the topics are, let me extend a voice of felicitation to our dear brother, comrade and friend, Bernard Ambatai Lamona, who is campaigning vigorously in the Nadoli Kalio constituency. Bernard, we are with you solidly. We are behind you, and we want to assure you that whatever it is that we can do from where we are, we will do so that you can get the opportunity to represent your people in Parliament. This is only important and very imperative, and I believe it is sine qua non that we give the opportunity to persons who can best articulate and best amplify the needs and the demands of the people that they are superintending over. And so, Bernard, we're with you this morning, and we know certainly that you have your constituency at heart. It's one thing having the constituency at heart. It's one thing just wanting to go to Parliament for the purposes of enhancing your curriculum vitae. We believe that the aspirations of the people and the needs of the people and the desire to see some level of change is what is pushing you to go into Parliament. So we wish you all the best, and we can only congratulate you in advance, because we definitely know that you're going to win that Nadoli Kalio seat for the PNC. Having said that, let me also say a special good morning to a few friends of mine who are scattered across the political divide. First, I want to say a special good morning to you, Alhaji Baba Seidu Isifu. Alhaji Baba Seidu Isifu, the incoming MP for Nalerigu Gambaga constituency. Nalerigu Gambaga constituency. Alhaji Baba Seidu, good morning to you. I am going to be in Nalerigu sometime next week. Yes, for the Damba Festival. I'm going to be there. So if you are in Nalerigu or Northeast, make sure that you look for me. You look out for me. I'm coming live in Khaled. I'm going to be in Nalerigu Gambaga constituency very, very, very soon. So please make sure that you create a little space in there so that you can welcome me with open arms. And also, I'd like to say a special good morning going out to a few friends of mine who are also in the MPP, the likes of John Kuma, who is contesting the Owusu seat. John, good morning to you, and thank you very kindly for all that you do for all of us, and we wish you all the best. Today, the running mate to the leader and flag bearer of the NDC, Professor Nana Jane Opoku-Agyeman, will be having an all-women encounter. I like to call it an encounter because it's going to be a conversation between herself and women in Ghana. And, it's going to be happening today. I will share the details with you as and when I get it. I think I need a time and then the venue. But I'm thinking the venue may be, what's the name of the place again? It's not Holiday Inn. Okay, when I get it, I'll share with you. But certainly there's something like that happening today where Professor Nana Jane Opoku-Agyeman will be engaging some women in Ghana. And special good morning to you, Samia Uku. You are all the way up north. you are also campaigning vigorously for your party to win the 2020 seat. Also, a special one to Hanan. You're also up north assisting with the campaigning. We wish you guys all the best, and for continue to serve your party and Mother Ghana. But most importantly, there's going to be an all-women engagement with Professor Nana Jenopo-Kwajiman, which is happening today. Also, finally, before I introduce my topics and my panelists, there's going to be a breast screening program here. Or is there a program or event? Event, anyhow you want to describe it. But we're going to be screening people here for breast cancer. Is the Breast Cancer Awareness Month, and Pan-African Television is duly committed to ensuring that at least we free ourselves or we win ourselves of breast cancer. And so we have taken it upon ourselves, and we have carried that huge responsibility on our shoulder to open our doors to the general public to come for free breast cancer screening here at the premises of Pan-African Television. I have seen some people coming in already. It's very important that we keep ourselves healthy at all times, and we know the status of our health. And so we have taken it upon ourselves as part of promoting health awareness and as part of also amplifying the need to be aware or to be abreast with what is happening relative to breast cancer, and to also go for help. We have decided to open our doors to the general public to come for free screening, which is happening now as I speak to you. I've seen a number of people downstairs. Thank you to all those who are here already to seek to screen first of all, and to get some level of recommendations, if any, from our experts or our professionals who are going to be conducting that exercise this very morning. U.S. Congressional Caucus urges Buhari to free protesters. Daily Graphic, that's an African story. Minority accuses Akufo-Addo of giving COVID-19 contract to cousins, friends. Daily Analyst. Missing excavators. Former NPP secretary accuses minister. The Insight reported that 4,659 bags of fertilizer missing in Bron region. Auditor General tasked Agric Minister to recover them. The Ghanaian Times reported this particular story. And I'm excited to have in the studios two of my friends, and I think Honorable Ebi Ofuseni is around the corner somewhere. I've not seen him in a while. I miss him a lot, and I'm glad he's here this morning to share his, to give us a little dose of his fountain of knowledge this morning. I have here in the studios with me Mr. Ishmael Kwesi Adams, who is a member of the MPP's National Communications team. Good morning to you, sir.
Good morning.
And I presume you're here to do what is right by your party and to represent them appropriately.
And do what is right for Ghanaians too.
Absolutely, absolutely, absolutely. Also here seated. Right, let me just go for this quick commercial break. Stay with us.
It's incredible! Bang on target!
Welcome back. Thank you very kindly for staying tuned into Pan-African Television. You just needed to address a little technical problem, but we are back. Thank you very kindly for staying tuned into Pan-African Television. So I was introducing Ishmael Kwesi Adams who is a member of the MPP communications team. He's here seated. Good morning again, sir.
Good morning, Kwame.
And I also have here in the studios with me Mr. Desmond Chumesi Into, who is a friend, and he's somebody who's been appearing on the morning show. He's with the PNC and currently seeking to contest the Akuapem North constituency. So he's going for that seat. He's going for that seat. He's going. You know, a British man says going for that seat. And also here seated is the indefatigable. If I say the lion, I'll get trouble. So when I just leave out the indefatigable. Honorable Abib said this yesterday. Good morning to you, sir.
Thank you very much.
And how are we, sir?
By the grace of Allah.
You are looking younger by the day.
Yeah.
What's the secret? Upon all the pressure and the stress. Yes, sir.
You always think good about people.
Mm.
You don't have more evil intentions.
Yeah.
And they do your work for the good people of this country.
Yeah.
If you are sure that there's a tomorrow, that tomorrow you stand before your maker and account for your life on earth, do what is right and proper.
Fantastic. All right, so you've seen the topics, or you've actually listened to the topics. You've seen the panelists for our conversation this morning, but I've not seen you. And I need to hear from you. And I can only hear from you when you share your thoughts with me. So please, kindly share with me what your thoughts are via our WhatsApp and text number, which is 0260846539. Alternatively, you can watch it on Facebook, facebook.com/Pan-African Television. And you are at liberty to share with me your thoughts, your opinions, your disagreements via that particular platform. And I'll be more than willing to read them out for the rest of the world. So we keep starting our conversation from an African perspective. We are all alive to the realities of the unrest in Nigeria. And so we are going to touch on that particular story this morning. And we look at some domestic stories as well. So let me, by way of welcoming Honorable Lebi Hussein, I think it's imperative to start the conversation with you, Honorable. And so that you can actually kickstart that conversation with us. For us, actually, U.S. Congressional Caucus urges Buhari to free protesters. Did you listen to President Buhari's speech yesterday?
No, unfortunately, I didn't. What did he say?
I cannot quote
Capture every.
the things that he said verbatim, but it's unfortunate how he addressed the people. I mean, that's just
What did he say basically? That's what.
basically.
Almost about 27 points.
Yeah.
Speech.
Yeah.
And looking at the speech,
He didn't address the fundamental issues
He didn't
at
even
all.
address the main issue.
The people who were killed. No, he just.
Anyway,
Anyway,
brush it off.
let's. I don't know. I will share the speech with.
They're driving good.
Yeah. No. I'll share the speech with. So as you
have the benefit.
as you're advancing this, you're advancing in the submission. I will try and share with you. Please, let's hear from you.
Yeah. Okay. Kwame, basically, the right of freedom of expression is at the core of any democratic process. Indeed, for a democracy to be described as such, its cornerstone is the unfettered right of the people to a regime of fundamental human rights and freedoms. The sine qua non for any successful democratic process is the extent to which these rights are not only conferred on citizens, but are justiciable. It means that they can be enforced in competent courts of jurisdiction within the jurisdiction of the authority that the democratic or the constitution of that republic encompasses. So there cannot be any democracy when the right of the people to express themselves, and express themselves in words, in action, and in other forms that are in tandem with the law. So when you get a certain attitude where authorities frown on the right of people to so express themselves, that very brutal actions are taken to clamp down on dissent. And Kwame, that is one of the most unfortunate aspects in some aspects of our democracy on the African continent, where people who are in opposition suddenly get into government, and their attitude towards dissent is unbelievable. So, in the case of Nigeria here, I have some misgivings regarding how the Nigerian government has handled dissent. For God's sake, these are Nigerians with rights and freedoms that the government is enjoined to respect. And so if they go out on the streets and they want to express those divergent opinions, yes, we may not agree with them. But the answer is not to deploy a certain level of force that is even not commensurate with the actions of the demonstrators. Because I'm not sure I have heard any, I stand to be corrected, that the demonstrators were carrying arms.
No.
Or they pose a veritable threat to the security people who were there to enforce law and order. I have not heard that there was any shot fired from the ranks of the demonstration against the security forces, for which there needed to be the invocation of the right of self-defense. Because I've heard arguments to the effect that in some instances the security people had to defend themselves. And I don't know that, Kwame, it's like attempting to kill a mosquito with a sledgehammer. I think that even when there's the need to restore law and order, I think that proportionality is a key component. So how come that, according to my information, I don't know if I'm right, they said that there was loss of life.
Yeah.
Significant loss of life.
Significant, yeah.
And Kwame, one loss of life is one life lost too many. And I think that that attitude ought to be condemned in no uncertain terms. That governments do not have an unfettered right to unleash that level of violence on their people, even as they have a duty to ensure the maintenance of law and order. But under the guise of law and order, we should not use this as a pretext to impose a very draconian regime of enforcement on people. I think that for me is way too. And this is happening in the face of dead silence from the ECOWAS.
Yeah.
The president of the republic, Nana Akufo-Addo, he is the president of ECOWAS. Am I lying?
Chairman.
The chairman of ECOWAS. And I think that one of the things that, Kwame, work against the effective integration of the continent is the inability to put in place systems to work. I remember when President Obama came to Ghana here. I think that was in 2010 or thereabout.
It was in 2010, yes.
Yes. The word that came from him was that we should endeavor to build stronger systems rather than stronger men. Because see, when you bring a stronger person, you are building something on the threshold of a dictatorship. But if you build a stronger system, you are enhancing the democratic process, because those rights will inure to the citizenry and the overwhelming mass of the people, so that democracy then endures in such a system. But unfortunately, the systems, like we are saying, our systems are very weak, and that is why individuals take the powers that should have belonged to the system onto themselves and become mini despots, demigods, and they think that as president they should be worshipped. That they are the alpha and the omega. Their word is law. Whatever action they do is legitimate. Even in sometimes how illegitimate those actions can be, they transform them into acts that no citizen should dare challenge. And so I think that ECOWAS should be up and doing to endeavor that the Nigerian government is called to order. That their measures that are taken now are excessive, and that there's no reason why citizens should be subjected to that force where people can even lose their lives in the mere expressing of their dissent. So for me, I think that no, it is not up. We don't have to wait for the US Senate. And Kwame, I've always said it. That if you have your mouth in somebody else's kitchen, you cannot assert your independence and freedom. If Africa and as Africans, we cannot take our destiny into our own hands and take steps to ensure that certain things are done and done properly. And we have to wait for the same imperialist powers to come back and tell us what to do. To be able to issue reports, even to call for the protection of our own people. That for me is a huge indictment. Kwame, if it has to take a goat to bite and drive away the intruder, it's the shame of the dog. It has to take the US Senate to tell we Africans that don't kill your fellow Africans because of expression of dissent. It's a huge shame. I don't think we ought to get there in the first place. That we ourselves will have even the humanity in us to recognize that we should not be killing each other like we are doing. So to get the US Senate or the Congress of the US making that statement and even attempting to impose some sanctions if they continue, it's a huge indictment. When ECOWAS is dead silent, Kwame, since the establishment of ECOWAS, I'm sure we are getting to over 50 years now. The elementary basis of integration, that is free movement of people, goods and services, cannot even take place. You get up here, you are taking this into Nigeria. You see what we go through. Okay? So these are things that inhibit the effective integration of the continent. And I've said that the legendary Osagyefo Dr. Kwame Nkrumah, the uncontested, undisputed founder of this nation, has said it eloquently that the salvation of Africa lies in the continental union of not only the government but its people. Africa is the richest continent. Africans are the poorest because we don't control our resources. And so when events like this even continue to happen, and then we are getting at each other and destroying one another instead of preserving our most precious resource, because any nation's most precious resource is not the minerals and others, it's the people. So if you continue in these kinds of actions, I'm sure that it will not inure to the democratic process. It will not inure to us building very viable, stable democracies where it can anchor us to move on the continental unity, which for me is the only salvation for our continent. Ghana as an entity cannot survive. That is why we are tottering on the brink of economic and social catastrophes. We have to coalesce, work together as one. Actions such as this, where people are unduly killed, where tensions are sown in society, one against the other, for me, will not solve this problem.
Thank you very much, Honorable Ibi Hussein. It's succinctly delivered. Let me now come to you, Ishmael.
Good morning to viewers, and especially to the President of the Republic of Ghana and my own Member of Parliament, Honorable Tinanaili Mensah, who also doubles as a Deputy Minister for Health. Her colleague is here, Honorable Tinanaili Mensah. Yes.
We are giving her some time.
NDC of Nigeria, and you have your citizens. If you have formed a group in the police force, it's a matter of getting people to tell them what they should do. I see some of their complaints being made by the Nigerians that when they see you see that you are wearing a dreadlocks, or maybe you are driving a flashy car. They just stop you, open your bonnet, make sure they search the engine and so on and so forth because of armed robbery and other thievery activities. I agree with that because a way policeman will search you, I don't think that apart from trying to maybe hold your maybe private part or something like that, that's when maybe you can complain. But if you want to search my boot or bonnet, that's okay. But having done that, I understand some are even brutalized and then tell them that maybe you are suspected what you call armed robber. I see that some of the policemen are simply jealous of the young guys who are, doing their own normal business and getting money. I also think that when you have the police force who are not well paid, well, maybe instead of them also to drive some cars, if the government is going to be available by giving them some cars to be paying maybe on a high purchase, maybe from a certain duration, 2 or 3 years. That is the reason why maybe they are peeved or jealous about these guys. Because we are in the force, standing in the air, heated, environment. We are controlling the traffic here and there, and you people are just driving in Porsche cars. So I think that the government of Nigeria also can do that to them. My point is, do they have any, or were they taught about any syllabus that maybe you are a policeman being formed a special group to combat crime or maybe were you taught maybe as the way you should maybe combat a crime? Were they taught maybe take the gun and shoot when there is maybe action and reaction? Or you were taught in a civil manner also that ask some pertinent questions, and when you find that the person is found wanting, maybe take him to the appropriate quarters where the law will deal with the person. These are the salient points we have to talk about. But just taking protesters who are not armed, and the armed policemen start, whether it's not a sporadic shooting but intentional, directed to the people. You find somebody's intestine maybe coming out. I mean, some gory things that you cannot even watch. And the protesters themselves also took undue advantage by maybe burning maybe government houses and so on and so forth. And the president of Nigeria, Buhari, I think that he has to, do something better about this. Like my senior brother is saying, we don't need to sit in Africa here and allow the white people. Also, they always think that we are modern day slaves, because until they tell us what to do, we cannot reason or do something about that. On the issue of ECOWAS is not a sovereignty. I mean, it's a nation coming together to find a diplomacy when it comes to all these things. And so, for example, if you have a chairman like President Akufo-Addo, and he has not spoken, I think that he has to want to confer and interact with certain colleagues in the bloc to have a fair idea and discuss the issue. At least, if nothing at all, he has tweeted to the media, space about the upsurge of the insurgency in Nigeria. But I am saying that, to all intents and purposes, we have to sit down as Africans. These Nigerians that you president, you allow your security people to just manhandle them and killing them. These people will grow to become president and ministers of state in Nigeria. Why do you go on that tangent? So I believe that, for me, I see that sheer hatred. If you suspect somebody as an armed robber, you take him to appropriate quarters, like the police station or whatever. The law agencies will deal with the person, but not to brutalize the people. I also will call for calm. The protesters and the state security must all maybe think twice about their country, because if you brutalize the youth, kill your human resources, then who is coming to build your country for you? And the president himself, I think he has issued a statement. Actually, I have not read the press statement, but I think that his press statement is calling for calm in the whole Nigeria. You must also understand that it also it has an effect on the investment in Ghana, or the economic chances in Ghana, because we have Ghanaians who go to Nigeria to buy products or produce to come and sell, and vice versa. And here is the case, things of this nature has erupted in Nigeria. So the investor or the businessman in Ghana is afraid to go to Nigeria, and the Nigerian businessman is also afraid to come here. And so these are some of the things. But I believe that ECOWAS will soon come out and then maybe issue statement officially, and then find a way of making sure that this problem is nipped to the bud.
All right. Thank you very, very, very much, Ishmael. Let's hear from you, Desmond.
Yes, Kwame, thank you very much. Let me first of all say a very good morning to your viewers, and another good morning to Honorable, my good friend here, and yourself, and then also to my former regional chairman for Central Region, Honorable Kopstongo. I know he's watching us now, and as I was coming here, I told him I'm going to give him a shout out. So this also goes to him. And then also to the people of Ekrapim North, specifically Ekropong constituency. Like I said, there should be a change, because Ekrapim North deserves better. And so I have put myself up there to serve them. And this time around, I'm going on the ticket of PNC. Never in the history of Ekrapim North have PNC been able to win a seat there. And the same goes with the NDC. I think in 1992, that was when they had the opportunity. Even with that, because MPP refused to be in parliament, that's why they had the opportunity to have that. But for a very long time, the constituency has remained an MPP seat. And because of that, whoever they bring, they are comfortable. Whoever they bring, whether there's going to be development or not, they will just go ahead and say, we are just voting based on the symbol. But I can assure them that this time around, they should bring somebody who will go out there and speak well on their behalf and make sure that there are developments in the constituency. Kwame, let me come to the issue of Nigeria. You know, I have a few friends in Nigeria, not basically friends as we call normal friends, but I have political friends, I have media friends, and what is happening in Nigeria is nothing to write home about, because per what is happening and the information I got from the grounds, the situation is serious, and is more serious than what we sit here in Ghana and we talk about. And you know, since Monday, I've been asking myself, what is ECOWAS doing? What is AU doing? Must it take the UN and the US to come out with statement before we act? Now, let me quote what Buhari wrote on his Twitter wall. He said, to our neighbors in particular, and members of the international community, many of whom have expressed concern about the ongoing development in Nigeria, we thank you and urge you all to seek to know the fact available before taking sides or position. What is that supposed to mean? There's an issue before us, and as a president of a Republic of Nigeria, people are dying, your people are dying. And instead of you to address the issue, you go to your Twitter wall and you rather talk about people who are concerned about what is happening in your country. And this is what you tell them, not to take positions, but then to know to the fact of what is on the ground before they can say a word or say something. And so when I saw that, I said, then it means that even the president himself is not ready to listen to what the people are saying. Because if some of us are bold enough to tell you in your face that, look, what is happening in your country is not the best, and this is what you are telling us, then it means that you don't want us to even talk about it. And so you are going to do it yourself. But you cannot do it alone. You need the international community. You need our president to also come in. And I was surprised my fellow MPP guys were saying that the president has gone to his Twitter wall and he has spoken, so we should be happy. How can we be happy? As a chair, I think that he has to go far more than what he just go to his Twitter wall and say, must we address issues on social media nowadays? That is not how it should go. And people are saying that, oh, so now the president has spoken, so we are fed up, we are okay with it. How can we be okay when issues on the grounds have not been addressed to? There's curfew in Nigeria from 4 a.m. to 4 p.m. How is investors going to, how are they going to go on with their normal life? You call, and at the end of the day, you will not even be able to transact the kind of business that you want to transact in the country. And we are here happy, glorifying our president that he has tweeted on his wall, so we should clap for him. I don't see that as a step in the right direction. I think that the president ought to speak to his colleague. At least they are both old men, and I don't think that old men should be sitting down for the young ones to be dying like that. It's not appropriate. I'm not saying that they should rather die, but what I mean is that we need the young ones to take over the mantle. And so whilst your people are shooting them, killing them, how do you expect them to come and take over the mantle? Kwame, if you have ever been to Nigeria, you realize that their system of policing is a bit different from what we have here. Why am I saying this? in every 10 meters or 100 meters, you will encounter a police barrier. Now, when you encounter this police barrier, when the policeman stops you, the kind of search that they conduct on your vehicle or you yourself, you will be asking yourself, why? Now, there's another squad. After the normal police have stopped you, there's another squad who is going to stop you, interrogate you, and then at the end of the day, try to even extort things from you. And look, Kwame, in Nigeria, the extortion, don't go there. They can tell you, Master, if you don't pay, you cannot move. And so, if the citizenries are saying that, look, what is happening, we don't like it, and so we are going to go on a peaceful demonstration, must you shoot? We need to condemn the act. We need to speak our minds on this and condemn it and tell the Nigerian government to have a dialogue, sit down, and then see the best way, the best mechanism, the best way of approach that they can use for this peace, so that at the end of the day, we or both of us, because look, when it happens to Nigeria, it has happened to Ghana, because we are like brothers and sisters. Somebody is having the wife in Nigeria, somebody is also having the husband in Ghana, and so how would they be able to see each other if this thing goes on? And so I think that we need to condemn it, and our president has to sit up, beef up the game, talk to his colleague. There should be a dialogue,
right.
And then at the end of the day, they have a lasting solution to the issues in Nigeria.
Thank you very kindly. Remember in my preamble, I was talking to you about a certain conversation that is going to be held today at 3 p.m. So for those of you who want to watch the Women in Conversation with Nana Jane, it will be live from 3 p.m. on Facebook. So you can follow Nana Jane Opoku-Agyeman on Facebook and join in that conversation as well. I beg your pardon? Oh, the incoming vice president. All right. I hear you, sir. Okay, so thank you very much. The WhatsApp number is 0260846539. So you can share with us what your thoughts are. Let me now come back home and discuss some domestic issues here. Minority accused Akufo-Addo of giving COVID-19 contract to cousins. And the Daily Analyst newspaper reported this particular one. Let me start with you, Ishmael. Have you guys given any COVID-19 contract to your cronies?
I'm not aware. I am not aware.
But the Daily Analyst said
that is his report.
So you disagree with the report?
The bit is the paper. Read.
But when you read the report, what did he say?
I saw that. Yeah, he said he's giving the 10 billion worth of insurance cover to Enterprise Insurance, which come from Enterprise Group, and they know that Honorable Kenoforata is in the Enterprise Group. I am saying that Enterprise Group is a company, but it is owned by Oforata or what? Are they not supposed to work? Are they not supposed to work? We are in this country. If we start to do all these things, so if I'm a president and my brother, younger brother, or my cousin has a company, but the point is that if you think it is wrong, like minority leader is saying, there is an appropriate forum that you have to go. If you are demanding it and you are not getting it, are you supposed to go to court or raise the issue in parliament or what? You are a minority leader. You are in parliament. You have your caucus. Have you raised that thing on the floor of parliament? Or you also want to join the bandwagon of the propagandists in the NDC? Let's not do that. You are there. You have liberty. You are at liberty to ask any question on the what you call floor. I don't think the speaker will preclude you from speaking. You are allowed to speak. He's honorable. I don't know the parliamentary proceedings in parliament. But you walk out of the chamber, you come with the caucus of honorable himself and other people. Then you mount a rostrum and start to say the president is giving contract to his cronies and raise the thing in the floor of parliament. And let's have what? A dispassionate discussion on the issue. If you still don't understand, I think there is a way, because he's an astute lawyer. And so he knows that if something is going bad or is going untoward, he knows where to what? Vent his plane. You don't just come out there like without apology, without due respect. Somebody who is maybe, then you just come out with your colleagues. You're for members of parliament. We are building Ghana. I agree with anybody who has found something wrong. Somebody siphoning money into his private pocket, Ghana money, because we are all Ghanaians, and the person is trying to alert the public. It's good, but I am saying that institution that you belong to, where you are minority leader, it's a big institution. Have you made any attempt, because I'm not aware, to the parliament that Mr. Speaker, XYZ is bad, so we want the report of that? Have you done that? Either yes or no, because I'm not aware. But I don't think if you have not done that, then there is no need for, it's up to Sami Jemfi to do his usual 1 week, one press conference to do this. But not a minority leader.
Is it bad? Doesn't matter who raises the issue. I think the substance of the issue is very clear.
Yes.
That some people who are close to government have been given contract, COVID-19 contract. So then the fundamental question is, if these people were not close to government, would they have gotten that contract?
The point is that everybody is close to the government. So the government is you, Kwame, me, Ishmael, and Honorable.
Oh, but I have not received any contract.
But maybe you have not made any frantic effort at getting it.
Yeah. That can be a valid statement.
No, I'm coming.
Yeah. Yeah. So what you said is fundamentally accurate.
Yes.
So I won't sit here and begrudge you on
Yes.
that. It's fundamentally accurate.
Yes. Make an effort.
We are all supposed to benefit.
Yes.
We are all supposed to enjoy.
Yeah.
But all of us are not benefiting. All of us are not enjoying.
It depends on the way you are talking about enjoyment.
Because if you want to even go further, to move from this COVID-19 issue that we're talking about, I'm sure you are aware that somebody has been given 2.4 million Ghana cedis tax exemptions. I have not received that. Even if I did apply for that to build a hotel. I don't know if you have heard that issue story. Yeah, at Cantonment. Tax exemption. And the tax exemption was given by virtue of the simple fact that there's a certain relationship between that person and government. We all pay taxes. Nobody has given me any tax exemption. The president, actually. No, the head of government is the president. So that is one aspect of the conversation. The other aspect of the conversation, sir, is that if you say that enterprise insurance has the muscle to be able to operate and therefore can get those contracts, I don't have a problem with that, because a company is a separate legal entity from the individual. However, if by virtue of a privileged position, a company gets a certain contract, we must interrogate how the contract was given to that person in order to ascertain whether or not there's no level of conflict of interest, or that the contract was not given to the company by virtue of a certain relationship that exists between the company, which is a separate legal entity, and the directors of the company. Which directors Ken Furata is part of?
And I am saying that I'm not a legal luminary, but I don't know the rudiments of law. Also, it's up to the legal.
On the basis of logic.
But let's
not even do law, because I'm not even talking about law. But on the basis of logic.
But what I'm saying is
yes,
that
sir.
you work at this place.
Pan-African, yes, of course.
You see, and the newspapers are being shared here.
Absolutely.
And you want me from Bawe to come and take it. Maybe you have the muscles to take the newspapers here. Ken Furata is a Ghanaian.
Oh, okay.
I'm coming.
Okay.
He's a Ghanaian, first of all. He's an achievement. He's a full-blood Ghanaian. And I am saying that if he has the muscles, but like you're saying, it's the company that won the contract. It's not Ken Furata, simpler Ken Furata, it's the company. And you're saying that enterprise insurance is born from enterprise, or born out of, enterprise group.
Group, yeah.
So Ken Furata is in the enterprise group. If you find out that there's something fishy, if you glean through that and you find that there's something, doggy about this thing, what is the next thing you have to do? So demanding that report, of course, if it is there, we'll give it to minority leader. we'll give it to you. That 10 billion has been won by Enterprise Insurance to insure what you call the frontliners of these people who are fighting for COVID-19. What is wrong about that? Are they not Ghanaians? Kwame, if you don't take time, Kwame, I will not sit here as one of the communication team member of the MPP. And then Akufo-Addo, inshallah, wins 2020 election. And he is appointing ministers. And then, I'm coming. Then Nana Danso Akufo-Addo, the president, who is going to be elected at the 2020, comes and say he's taking Honorable A.B. Fuseni. Why? For communication minister. Whilst I'm sitting down there. No, you not even pick you.
No, I won't even come there.
Because green and blue don't go together.
If you add all the good ornaments. Oh, I see that. I see your logic.
So I am saying that.
But you see, but your logic is defeated.
Kwame, I'm coming.
Yes, sir.
And I am saying that if I have a daughter who is also competent, to manage Pan-African, I think the owner of Pan-African, his daughter might be also a worker here. Why didn't you go to GIJ and pick somebody? I am saying that it's not about singular kind of Furata. It's about Enterprise Insurance, who have board of directors and management and so on and so forth. If somebody think that there's something wrong in terms of legalities, the person can go to competent court of jurisdiction and then state his fact. But I'm saying the minority leader, you are the minority leader of a Ghana's great parliament. You have every right to raise your hand or catch the eye of the speaker and bring this thing to the fore of the parliament for discussion.
Okay.
You understand what I'm saying? You leave that dome, you come out, build some people around you, and then mount a restroom and start what? Chastise the government.
Mr. Kwesi Adams, let's interrogate these issues further.
I'm here.
With the greatest of respect to you, in one breath you say we're all Ghanaians. And therefore you find no fault with Enterprise Group getting a contract if they are Ghanaians.
Of course, yes.
In another breath, in that same vein, you say that if President Akufo-Addo continues to stay in power in 2021, he will not go and pick Honorable A.B. Fuseni.
But you pick me.
Even though A.B. Fuseni is competent enough, to be the communications minister. You said that. That's the point. That's where I'm driving.
I'm coming.
So that's why I'm saying that. So that's why I'm saying that. But he will come and pick you.
Yes.
So in your definition of who a Ghanaian is somebody who is closer to government.
Yeah.
That's the point you're making.
Yes. So
that the Ghanaian is somebody who is closer to power. That if you belong to another political party, for instance, or if you have a company that has no direct link to government, that person is not a Ghanaian, so that person will not get a contract. That's what I'm submitting to you, sir.
No.
Okay.
I am saying that we are not talking about singular kind of Furata. I'm talking about Enterprise Group as an entity. But I am saying that because I have the same ideology with His Excellency Nana Danso Akufo-Addo from the NPP. If he becomes president, by the grace of God, inshallah, on the 7th December 2020, because we need more than 10 million votes. Yeah, we are winning more than 10 million votes.
Will not do that to this country.
Oh, Alaji.
Okay, go on.
Let me flow.
Go on.
We are winning more than 10 million votes. I say it here. And you come here, wear a white, 3 pieces, and come and sit here. And you celebrate with me on the 7th January. So I am saying that President Akufo-Addo, because we have the same ideology, that I can prosecute his agenda on free SHS. He will not appoint somebody who bastardized free SHS, who criticized the Nana Danso Akufo-Addo. Because you drive him to the ditch, you allow me to employ him safely to London. You understand what I'm saying? So everybody's a Ghanaian.
No, I agreed with that assertion.
Yes, but I'm saying that.
But my confusion had to do with your definition of
what
what
I'm saying
Ghanaian
that
is.
honorable can hold the same qualification like me, maybe MPhil, master's degree, or whatever. You understand? But I am saying that we have the same ideology with the person who is the president, and the vision of the president must be prosecuted. But you should not give the vision of the president, which will not be prosecuted by these two guys or these two brothers. You understand what I'm saying?
Okay.
So president will now appoint PNC and NDC to bring Danso and destroy the economy.
Okay.
President will appoint President Addo will appoint Ishmael Adams. You understand what I'm saying? So at the point I'm making that, you see, let's avoid hatred. Let's avoid hatred when it comes to business.
So was it wrong for Akufo-Addo to have given a ministerial appointment to PNC's flag-bearer, ambassador at large? Was it wrong? Because from the analysis, you're saying
because you want to share his ideology.
Oh, so Akufo-Addo shares the same ideology with PNC.
The PNC rather
shares the same ideology.
Of course, that's what
No, let him make his point. Ishmael, please proceed.
I am saying that.
Yes, sir.
I'm
with you.
I am sending you to go and work for me.
Okay.
To go and buy this phone for me.
Yes, sir.
I want techno.
I'll take it actually.
You understand?
After the show.
I want techno. So the person who is ready to go and buy techno, that's the person I'm going to send.
Okay.
So Alhaji has been sent from the PNC as a Ghanaian because he wants to prosecute the agenda of this country, the vision of His Excellency Nana Danko Akufo-Addo. If he doesn't want to do it, I think he decline it.
Okay. All right.
And before somebody is appointed,
we'll come there.
You see, before somebody is appointed, the person is met in camera.
Okay.
They tell you what you are supposed to do, what you are not supposed to do. When you accept it, it means that you will do what I've told you. If you don't like it, we will not appoint you. So Nana Danko Akufo-Addo don't appoint, sit in office and say, make an announcement in Pan-African that SMSA has been appointed.
Okay.
He confer with some people who have wisdom before they go to the media. So once the man has been appointed to become an ambassador at large or whatever the issue, it means that he accepted the thing behind the scenes. And he wants to prosecute the agenda of the president. Because the president has a vision. The president can take a decision, not the other one who said that I cannot take a decision. And so whoever is not ready to, work with the president, it's a matter of just, checking out. So we are saying that let us not go there and say that enterprise insurance. If you say you have seen something that is bad, that one I agree with you. Find appropriate courtesy and vent your spleen. If you glean that there's something wrong with the enterprise insurance, don't box the two. The personality of Honorable Ken Ofori-Atta and the enterprise insurance. You understand what I'm saying? And I'm saying that, who knows, perhaps more than 10 insurance companies presented their proposals, but they found out that enterprise insurance proposal was very potent, and therefore they must be considered. We go for an interview, we all hold the same degree or whatever, we go for an interview, but some are not picked up, like His Excellency Nana Danko Akufo-Addo and former President His Excellency Mahama. They were all on a ballot paper. Ghanaians decided to jettison Mahama and pick Nana Danko Akufo-Addo. So always when two people are even tangled, we see that one is very good than the other. And so what I'm saying that Ken Ofori-Atta, let's stop. You see, the man is working hard.
He's
working hard.
You know, there's a Malawian proverb that says men are trapped by their words.
Okay.
Animals by their horns. Exactly. Yes. It was this same Nana Danko Akufo-Addo. And I see why the minority in parliament are raising this legitimate concern. This legitimate concern is flowing out of the submissions made by Nana Danko Akufo-Addo prior to his assumption to office. So that the president, Nana Danko Akufo-Addo, touted that he was not coming into power to enrich himself or to enrich his family. Obviously, without recourse to any form of information, it is palpably visible that the current finance minister has some relations with Enterprise Group. And if you give a contract to Enterprise Group, what you are invariably doing is that you are enriching your cousin. Is that not what it is?
What is the family?
Because the company still belongs to Ken Ofori-Atta.
What is the family? My wife and my children, or my father, my mother, my sisters, my nephews. So what I'm saying is that you are saying that it's his family, so you should not get the contract. I am saying that Ken Ofori-Atta has not gotten any contract. It's the enterprise insurance.
But they are directors of the business.
I am saying that Ken Ofori-Atta hasn't won any contract.
It is enterprise.
It's enterprise insurance.
Enterprise belongs to Ken Ofori-Atta.
I am saying that Ken Ofori-Atta has not won any contract. It's an enterprise insurance from the enterprise group, which has won the contract.
Okay, so we should shut up.
Of course. If you think you don't understand, there is a forum for you.
As you go to court. Ishmael, my brother.
I love you.
Please.
Before Alaji comes here,
No, you are the one coming actually.
Okay.
So
I just want
to ask my brother argument.
does he know engineers and planners?
Yes, I know.
Is he aware that they were the ones responsible for desilting the Odo River?
Yes, even for free, I know.
And what happened?
They said it will be Mahama and brother. Mahama give a contract.
So,
so
today, is it not the same? So today, somebody's brother. And then today, is his cousin. I asked, what is it about Kenofuriata companies that almost everything that belongs to the state has to pass through his company? We go to borrow money, it passes through his bank. Insurance policies, it passes through his outfit. Pension, it passes through there. And when we come out and then we try to find out, we ask questions, the only thing we say, oh, we are dealing with the company. It is not the individual. Who is behind the company? For Christ's sake, he will authorize that this thing must be done, and it will be done. And so when we sit on national televisions and make it sound as if that, oh, Ghanaians, we are just dealing with the company, we are not dealing with individuals, we should forget it. No, we can't. The man is running friends and family government. And we have to state the fact. How many of his people are in government now? How many? How many? From cousin to brother to sister, virtually every corner of the governance, you will find his relative there. I mean, how? When we talk, they say, "No, he's dealing with
Alaji,
the company, so let us not talk about it."
Alaji, stop this.
For me, what my brother is saying, I have to shoot it down and let him know that, look, the contract has been given to his brother or his cousin. And so don't we have any insurance company? What happens to the state insurance company?
You want me to answer?
No, what happens to the state insurance company? No, you see,
Tell insurance companies can
is
apply
it
for it.
when it is good, you see, when it is good for you, then you sit somewhere comfortably and you drink wine over it. When it's good, when it goes into your favor, you sit somewhere comfortably and you drink wine over it. But when it doesn't favor you, then you'll be shouting, making a lot of noise. I am not jealous about him. This is his time. I'm not jealous about him. This is his time. He should. Oh no, this is. Come on, my brother. Come on, allow me to flow.
Do you know how he was born?
Kwame, can I go on?
Ishmael, I think he was very quiet. Yeah, please.
I mean, but he has been blessed by the president.
By the grace of
No,
God.
because the president has made him. The president has enriched him. You see, the president has enriched him. The president has made him become powerful. And at the end of the day, whatever happens, you see, we borrow money, it passes through his bank.
What's the name of his bank?
Well,
No, you stop sitting.
This is in a public business.
Oh no, it's not a loose talk.
It's not.
My brother.
Who data bank? Nobody knows. Everybody knows.
And you see,
Data bank.
because
If data bank is working, it's still kind of
come on, let me tell you something. You see,
Don't distract the company.
That is why.
Let's have a decent show.
That is why we keep borrowing, because the more we borrow, the more the banks get money, and the more Furiata gets money. You understand? And so let us not hide behind certain things and behave as if that all is well. It is never well. This COVID money, this COVID relief items.
Nobody everybody with the trouble.
Ask yourself, who were able to benefit from those relief items? Ask yourself. Even at the end of the day, they were being given to the MCs and the MPs to distribute to their constituencies.
Please, not MPs.
No, the MPP MPs. That's right. Yes, MP. Yes, yes, MPP. You see, so this tells you that the government of the day always thinks about himself and then his people. I now understand why they took Dr. Edward Nasigri Mahama as an ambassador at large and never gave him an office. From what he's saying, it means that they don't trust him. You understand? That is why they took him for almost 4 years and the man cannot even boost off an office, let alone staff to work with.
So
yes,
but that's his office at large.
Which office?
At large is the office.
That is the name.
Have you seen something that is at large? That was an office.
Ambassador at large.
Yeah, but I'm saying
the
that
title.
If you say something is at large, what do you mean?
Well, this is a man who should have been utilized in a manner.
Yes, honorable.
But he accepted to be at large.
No. Honorable.
You see, there's something the government calls.
No problem.
It is a gown of flies. As soon as there's flapless, all of them will fly.
Are you saying your man accepted to be at large?
No.
Because if he's at large, what should you have a problem?
Because he's not his brother. Because he's not his brother, they gave him a title without giving him the tools that he has to work with. Who? Me? No, but why? That is my leader, my former leader. And so if you no, listen to me. It's not about getting a job. I was the national organizer then. You understand? And the issue is that I was having problem with you guys because you cannot take my father and just leave him anywhere like that. He's my father, for Christ's sake. And I have to make sure that he lives comfortable. Now I am preparing to make sure that he will live comfortable. You come for him and tell me that you are going to take care of him, only to leave him in the middle of the sea. Is that how to treat a person, a man of such caliber?
But the man accepted to be at large.
The man accepted. No, you see.
Why are you worried?
From what he's saying now. No.
Yeah. He should be lurking in the dark.
But from what Ishmael is telling me today, I now understand perfectly. They deliberately decided that they will just give him a title and then just put him somewhere. And so that when people
and what was the title?
So when people when we ask, they say all inclusive. We've given this man an appointment.
Wait.
Meanwhile, he doesn't even have a desk to write on.
But the appointment is at large.
You understand? And so no. Tell me, which office did you allocate to the man? You didn't. So now you have justified that. Look, because some of us we don't share in your ideas. There's no way that when you are in power, you are going to give any of your contract.
I beg to differ on that because I think he was clear that your former leader shared in the ideology. That is why they gave him an appointment and he didn't decline.
Kwame, it is Kwame, it is not true. It's not compromise.
No, wait. You see, you didn't listen to what he said.
No.
It means that it means that
ideology.
Exactly. It means that your leader doesn't believe in your ideology. That's the whole point.
Oh, okay. So now
it means that your leader isn't a true incrementalist.
Well, you see, no. You see,
no. I'm just making this analysis based on your own submission. That this man said. That is what he has seen.
That is what he has seen. But for me, since 1996, that he has become a leader, he believes in the ideas of Nkrumah. But at the end of the day, when they took him over this short period, they have changed his mindset. One, they've decided not to get him an office. I keep hammering this all the time. And it is a shame for this government to take a whole former presidential candidate, a leader of a political
party,
him a
minister,
and make him ambassador at large. And true to their word, the man got missing. How? I mean, how? They wanted the man to get lost. They gave him that portfolio, and the man is lost. Missing his action. When they gave him the title, did you hear him speak on any national issues? No. Meanwhile, people are suffering in this country.
This is your leader you're talking about too.
People are suffering in this country. When you go to meet our grassroots members, they keep telling you, we are suffering. Our man has been given a portfolio. What is he using it for? I keep telling them, oh, don't worry, the man doesn't even have an office. They didn't even resource him for him to enrich or empower his own people. Now you are here claiming that because Honorable is with NDC, I am with PNC, there's no way some contract can come to us. No, but from what the way from the
yes, I'll reply.
no
let him end it.
From the way
what's the time?
From the way you gave your submission, I have the impression that if we don't share in your ideology,
Thank you.
at the end of the day,
Okay.
you cannot work with us.
Okay, thank
And
you.
so Ghanaians should take note.
Wow.
Ghanaians should know that look,
No,
this particular government
I'll
is
give
not
you
going
some
to
progress.
help us.
Okay.
This particular MPP government, it's a government made up of family and friends.
Okay, thank you
If
very
you
much.
are not a family member,
Yeah.
if you are not an Achim, if you are not
You know
from
what?
close to whoever they are, oh, are you an Achim?
Thank you very much, Desmond. Thank you very much,
Come on.
Desmond. Thank you. Let me remind you again that the breast cancer screening is ongoing at the premises of Pan African Television. So please, wherever it is that you are, just make your way to Pan African TV premises here in Abelinkwe, 48 Swanika Street. If you have a Google map on your phone, simply punch into the search button Pan African Television and it will bring you here to the premises of Pan African Television. Let me say a special good morning to you, Sabo Adams. You're watching us all the way in from all the way in Tamale. Honorable, please, let's hear from you.
Let me first just refine a bit of it. It's not achieve. There's a tiny click. Okay. Emphasis on the word click.
Okay.
Of achieve. So the overwhelming majority of achieve people are decent-minded, hard-working people.
You mean that? So you're talking
So
about
you are talking. That's why when that Sakawa reference was made, it was made to a click.
Okay.
Not achievements as a very good achieve people.
Okay.
Why we have in our the one who spearheaded our manifesto is an achim.
Yeah.
The national chairman of my party is an achim. They are decent, hard-working, conscientious achims. Plenty. Those who are the Sakawa people, they know them. But let me say something. Kwame, there is something today that will make Ghanaians cry. Under this bungling, incompetent, hopelessly uninspiring government. Kwame, the IMFO has indicated that we are on the threshold of another epic.
Yeah.
I'm sure you have seen that
I've
statement.
seen that, yeah.
Borrowing under this government, reckless, unprecedented, mindless borrowing by this government has sent our debt to GDP, Kwame, to 76.7%.
Hey,
Yes. Incredible.
incredulous.
In just 3.5 years. This one is minus COVID-19 funds and borrowing. When they add that one, we are over the wall. We have hit the roof. Today, as we speak, this is a government in opposition which claim that when they come, they will not even borrow. Borrowing is an act of mediocrity, and that they will not borrow. But their fruits, we shall know them. Kwame, let me say on this particular topic, I have never seen a shameless, nepotistic government like the government of President Nana Akufo-Addo. Now, even the nepotism, they do it without any shame. Even now, they don't attempt to hide it. Kwame, it's incredible. Not too long ago, Kwame, we were here. Ibrahim Mahama is a universally acclaimed businessman. In fact, Ibrahim Mahama's acclaimed status as a businessman was there even before his brother became even a minister. But then President Mahama was not even a minister, let alone even talk about vice president, let alone even talking about becoming a president. And those who don't know, Ibrahim, what we say is universal acclaimed, has businesses all over the world. In Africa, he has business interests in many African countries.
Ibrahim Mahama.
And even in Europe, I'm telling you,
Fantastic.
he's a universally acclaimed businessman. His prowess goes beyond Ghana.
Fantastic.
It's like Kwame Nkrumah. When they were struggling to say Kwame Nkrumah is the founder, Kwame Nkrumah's status is beyond Ghana.
Yeah.
The entire human race, black race. So don't reduce him like that. These were people, when he got, he won contract by himself. In fact, during the Kufuor administration, he made businesses on his own. Okay, so he didn't have to do with his brother. But look at when Nana Akufo-Addo came. Look at the level of vindictiveness they did when he won this box fighting. He won it on merit. They came and bastardized him and used everything against him, and eventually went and took away the contract from him. So today, according to my brother, those who are closer to the president are Ghanaians. The rest of us are Burkinabes and Malians. So Ibrahim Mama is a Burkinabe or is a Ghanaian. But by your extension, those who can do that, allow me to make my point. You see, because why? Those who are getting the contacts and they are with the MPP and they are the president's brothers and cousins and sometimes even people say concubines. They are not Ghanaians. They are Ghanaians. The rest of them who can get it are what? So if it applies to Ken Ofori-Atta, it cannot apply to Ibrahim. You see the logic? When Ken Ofori-Atta, because for your logic, Ken Ofori-Atta must eat. So if he must eat, he must work. And if he works, his company gets a contract. There's no problem. So if Ken Ofori-Atta's company can get contract, and it's not a problem. If Ibrahim gets contract, it's a problem. What kind of logic is this? Why can't we be truthful to the Almighty and say the truth? And live by the tenets of the truth? Kwame, I can tell you without any state of doubt. You remember we in the agency, we did a press conference and said there's some unprecedented looting of state resources in what we call state capture.
Yeah.
That under this government, they have captured the state and resources of the state are now equated to the president and his coterie of family and friends. So they will confer all those resources on their family and friends so that they will take over the country. And so, Kwame, if you look at Ken Ofori-Atta, he is the spearhead.
You said they want to take over the country?
Yes.
How?
In the economic sector. How come even in the collapse of the banks, all are part of Ken Ofori-Atta's economic aggrandizement to make sure that all the financial muscles of other local banks are killed and then leave Data Bank to flourish. Data Bank has its hands in almost every loan that we procure in this country. Look, the bookmaking aspect, Data Bank is involved.
I know.
So all the bookmaking that they do for the transactions on the loans, they go to the Data Bank. And then the insurance is given to enterprise.
It started with the 2.25 billion bond.
From the Ken bond.
Yeah,
I said from day one.
Yeah.
The 2.25 billion Ken bond. It was Data Bank. And Kwame, we have something very simple in ethics and in governance called conflict of interest. That when you have a company which is yours and you are occupying a certain position that is going to award a contract, you must be decent enough to either take your company off or recuse yourself from that award. He is the finance minister, directly responsible for the award of this contract, and it goes to his bank. And they don't see anything. That there's nothing wrong with conflict of interest.
But the company is a separate legal entity, Honorable, which can sue and be sued, and therefore they can get into any enterprise, at their own will.
Kwame, you can tell, it's just as good as telling me, this is your house. You have appointed the caretaker. The house doesn't belong to you again. It's the caretaker who must take all the decisions. What kind of joke is that? The fact that you have appointed a caretaker for your house means you don't own the house again. What logic is this? Data Bank. Are you telling me that Ken Ofori-Atta has no hands in Data Bank again? So tell me who's the new owner. Kwame, can you tell me who is the owner of
But he resigned.
Tell me who is the owner. I'll just ask you a simple question.
I don't know the current owner, but I know
that he resigned. So the resignation means what? It means what? What is the practical effect of the resignation? And tell me who owns Data Bank. Has Ken Ofori-Atta divested his interest from Data Bank? This is just a cock and bull story. You should tell that to, I even dignify. Palm wine tappers are dignified people. But in terms of even the understanding of economics, and I tell it to palm wine tappers. Can you say that? So everybody knows that Ken Ofori-Atta is equal to Data Bank. It's equal to enterprise insurance. No single doubt about it. Why? One time that enterprise insurance has always there. Why we didn't know we need the quotas? Until Ken Ofori-Atta became
because your party was in power.
Why? President Kufuor was in power. Is President Kufuor NDC?
But when was enterprise?
When President Kufuor was president, was enterprise insurance winning quotas? like they are doing today.
When were they set up?
They have been there before. Since God knows. They were there even before President Kufuor became president. So if you say NDC refused to give the contract, leave NDC at time. What of the NPP and the President Kufuor? That one too was NDC. So how come that all that period they had existed and never won any contracts? Data Bank was on the brink of collapse before Nana Akufo-Addo became president. Today, look at their stature. They are grabbing every contract that government has to do in the syndication of loans. And Kwame, the worst of it, come and look at what is the procedure. We have a procurement law in this country that any procurement that is going to be done under the aegis of government contracts must go through the procurement process. They must advertise. There must be bids. The bids must be evaluated, and then we get the most competent bid out of it. Look at what they have done. They have awarded it on single sourcing throughout to Ken Ofori-Atta and his companies. The finance minister's fiat. He just issues the fiat and it goes to other enterprise insurance or to data bank. And many people in the even the banking industry have pointed out the clear nature of the conflict of interest. A finance minister awarding unmitigated contracts to his company or his group of companies. That has criminal connotations. And I'm saying that today he may think he holds power. Tomorrow, he should prepare. When he's out of power, my brother, if you think that there's no gravity, you jump and let's see whether you suspend. No matter how hot the sun is, it will set. So take note that tomorrow you will have questions to answer. And we're talking about in this literature, 10.3 million Ghana cedis. Without tender, it didn't go through the procurement process. Show me the newspaper in which it was advertised. Show me the bids that were collected and evaluated. It wasn't done. Kwame, that's why people when people are complaining, they are complaining because this is so blatantly illegal. It's connotes of nothing but an attempt to loot state resources. And it's not acceptable. Ghanaians must not just sit down and accept this unmitigated looting of our resources. It's not proper. And we are saying what? Kwame, go and look at the issue of funds, including even pension funds. You know that there was a problem between the finance ministry and the labor unions over this same thing. Well, Kwame, you have eaten a whole cow, you are not satisfied. It's the intenders that will satisfy you. Poor workers' monies. That what you want to go and put your dirty hands inside that money. Why? So almost every money now, and that's why I'm talking about state capture. Almost everywhere there's money now, it must go to the business interests of Ken Ofori-Atta and his companies. Are they the only competent people in this country? In insurance, almost any other thing you are going to do, Kwame, go to the port. Now, any port insurance they are going to do for Ken Ofori-Atta's enterprise insurance. Isn't the only competent insurance company in this country? If they are even going to evaluate competent insurance company, he will even get that. Meanwhile, all the other insurances are channeled by their government fiat because he has power, pass it through my companies. Why can you behave so blatantly? I mean, this is not acceptable. And you ask yourself, wasn't the President Akufo-Addo who told Ghanaians that he's not coming into politics to enrich himself? You remember?
Absolutely, I remember, yeah.
Look at what he's doing today with his fiat. And he describes Ken Ofori-Atta as a financial wizard. Where did he get the wizardry for? Before MPP came to power, where was his wizardry? Where did he get it from? So he's doing it under the fiat of the president. That under the power. And you know that, Kwame, that is where it is. Even there are people in MPP who are not happy, but they can't talk about it. Because the man is directly, not only the president, he's his financial wizard. He himself has described him as a wizard. So you ask yourself, how can you subject this on the back of a promise you made to the good people of this country? That you are not coming to politics to enrich, and you are doing super enrichment. That's why I say sometimes the MPP, they signal left so that Ghanaians think they are turning left and they turn right. Because, Kwame, it does not make an iota of sense for anybody to see where we are going today in respect of... And I was just to ask this question. How come today all the relevant companies we used to hear of, SIC Insurance, Kwame, I can't even name them. The one at Circle, that big insurance company, which won awards several times. You know,
Providence Insurance.
Provident Insurance. Yeah. All those other insurance we used to hear. All of them.
It's true.
Today, Glyco. Yeah. Even Glyco, they say that even if you fall from an aircraft and you are coming down, you will let you push it. You are pushing it. You are pushing for that.
Today, a friend, lean on me. Yeah. With Providence,
you can even see.
With Providence, man, you are covered.
Where are all of them today? Today is kind of companies.
It's true. You know,
they have sunk all of them. That's why I told you that it's a deliberate policy.
You know,
to sink them. Yeah. Those banks that they collapsed, those banks that gained this into and they collapsed. It was deliberate so that Data Bank will have the as a local bank. How many local banks are left? From private businessmen, how many local banks are left? Take away GCB.
But GCB is state owned.
That's what I'm saying. So show me which private banks are there.
No, that one there. No, nothing. Which one? I think so. Yeah.
Prudential state.
All of those ones are state owned.
Okay. So you see, it's a deliberate effort to collapse this thing, and then they will use political power to confer those things on their companies. That is what we call state capture. And that's why we say that it's an euphemism for looting state resources through companies that you set up.
Wow.
And that's it. So when the minority points this out, it is not out of spite.
All right.
Because my brother was trying to create the impression that we are jealous.
Okay.
Kwame. Yes, Kwame. You'll be jealous when you use illegitimate means to siphon state resources.
All right.
Every Ghanaian should. We should not be jealous. We should be very angry. In fact, you, my brother, you should be very angry. Okay. About what is going on.
Thank you very much. Let me read a few messages.
Because it's totally unacceptable.
Let me read a few messages, Honorable.
I'm sure we are going to the excavators.
Yeah, we'll touch the before
the flying caterpillars.
Before we wrap up. But I don't have a lot of time on my hands, but I need to also treat my viewers right. So from Garrison Navrongo, something is going on viral about the 26 million pounds that intercepted in a British airport. According to the report, the money is from Nanado Kenofurata. So they are the authorities have detained the money. Have you heard the news? I don't know what you're talking about, my brother. I saw something flying on social media, but I don't subscribe to conjectures. Hey, what are my messages? What's happening? I can't find them. See if I open. This one has come. Hi, good morning, Pan African TV. My name is Nabila from Bole. You people have to stop all your propaganda. Nanado is going to get his 4 more years to do more for the people. MPP all the way. Hey, propaganda pa. And then word now Owusu. Oh, what's happening to my messages? Vincent from Odumase Krobo says, Brother Kwame, I was very surprised when Dr. Mahama accepted that appointment because he has failed to learn from the wicked manner MPP treated Malamisa. He should have known them by their fruits. Okay. Good morning to you, KO. What's happening? Let me restart this machine. Oh no, but let's talk about excavators. Let me restart this. What's up?
You just landed.
Okay, so let him start.
No.
He wants to that. Give him.
No.
Kwame. Let
my
him
time.
No,
my time.
Yeah,
I actually stopped because Chief.
No, but he's going to. You are taking the last topic. Otherwise, we shall all have the right to rebut.
Because some of
the when you say something again, I have to talk again.
But something that you talked was not right.
You think that everything that you said was right?
You see,
everything that you said was right.
I run this program such that we are able to at least address as many issues as possible, and also dedicate some time to the viewers. But because it's your first time, no rebut. But when you rebut, touch on the excavators. Yeah.
This question goes to you, a pointed question.
Do you want him to respond to it?
Yes.
No, if you do, no problem. Okay. So he can ask the question. No, ask. But I'll let him respond.
He's afraid of that.
He said, when you respond, you take my time.
He's afraid of the answer.
Okay, no.
Alhaji is being smart.
Let me be.
Ask you. You take my point.
Let me.
Kwame,
So I ask.
Kwame, even before the man asks a question, he's afraid of the answer.
No. What you need to know is that you cannot frighten the chief warrior with
With
a
a
mustache.
mustache. Tell you.
So I'm asking because I ask you. Take your.
No, but you are not asking the question.
It's a rhetorical question.
Okay.
Okay, so rhetorical. So you don't expect any answer. Okay, ask.
Because the single sourcing, is it a law?
The sole sourcing.
The single sourcing. Sourcing.
But have you forgotten what we
It's
said
the
about sole sourcing?
exception rather than the norm. You are making the norm.
No. Let's assume that it's even the norm.
It's verifying single source.
Hold on. Honorable, let's assume that's the norm. Mr. Ishmael Adams, when you were in opposition,
God of mercy.
what did you say? Why did you create a public procurement? No, not the act. There's the ministry.
Yeah.
Why did you come and you create?
So Alhaji sits here and says that
So sourcing and should have been a thing of the past.
there was a single sourcing or sole sourcing, and Alhaji is a parliamentarian.
What has he done about it?
He didn't do
But there's a
anything.
ministry in charge of that.
Okay.
You are.
So what did you do? What did you inform the ministry? You said, we are doing something untoward. You are supposed to guard against something that is going down the drain.
What is the purpose of creating a ministry for procurement? The purpose is to ensure that
You are also a Ghanaian. You should police. You should police your resources.
Ishmael, my brother.
No, Kwame. I'm saying that there is a ministry. Alhaji, no, there is a ministry.
Ismail,
Let
you're
me-
taking your time on the excavators. Talk about the excavators. This point there is a very bad point.
No, for example, when you talk about
Let's talk about the missing
who
excavator.
collapse the
bad
bank,
issue.
21 billion cedis has been injected to the bank.
How much did you use to collapse the banks?
How much?
I'm asking you. How much?
In
How much?
2015, what did you do?
2 billion.
You used 22 billion to go and collapse.
We didn't use it. We didn't use it to collapse the bank.
To collapse the bank.
We gave it to 4.5 million customers.
no.
You understand? We gave it to 4.5 million customers.
A lot of them have not
I'm
been
saying
paid.
that we gave it to customers.
Ismail, they have
Ghanaian
not been paid.
customers.
Yesterday, did you read the newspaper?
They have not been paid.
18%
Yes.
are the ones who have been paid.
But they will be paid.
18%.
At least they can sleep.
18%. My mathematics is not good. but I know that-
Kwame, excuse me.
Ismail, I'm helping you. This is a matter of speed.
Yeah, we know that 82% of the people have not been
But
paid.
I am saying that
Yeah.
at least there's a
You
glimmer
are
of
making
hope.
an effort.
No, there is a glimmer of
hopelessness.
hope.
There's no hope.
There's a glimmer of hope.
There's no hope.
In the sense that somebody had wanted to, collapse the bank without giving you anything. But somebody has come.
Who wanted to collapse the
Over
bank
the
without-
2015 is aware that when the money was injected to the bank as a bailout, Mahama couldn't supervise it. And we have used 21 billion cedis, taxpayers' money, to try to.
But the bank didn't collapse.
But you saw the bank was struggling
The
to
banks
hold a
needed,
straw.
the banks needed 9 billion
I am saying
to
that.
survive. You have spent 22 billion.
Hold on.
to collapse them.
No. I want to get
What-
something
what
right.
logic is that?
Hold on. Sorry. I want to get something correctly.
Ismail, you should get away from this cry. It's a
What
very
was the
bad
what was the
thing
minimum
for you.
capital requirement before you guys came into power? The minimum capital requirement was, I think, about 100 million or so. When you guys came, you raised the thing to, I think, 400 million, 400 million Ghana cedis. And then when you did that, you were owing banks. The government of Ghana was owing banks.
The biggest debt
You
of
had
the
not
government of Ghana.
absolutely. You had not paid people. You raised the minimum capital requirement, and you expect them to meet that capital requirement. Failure to meet that requirement, you say you underperforming, so I've closed you. Doesn't make sense. You see that the bank issue. I mean, I don't want to go there because I was personally affected, so I don't want to talk about it because I may be biased. Because my mother's money is still locked. That is why. My mother's money. My mother's money is still
My
locked.
father's money also is there.
Gold Coast security. My mother's money is there.
Yes, my
So I don't want us to talk about this bank issue.
So that's
Because
why.
I feel.
That is why when Alhaji said that.
When that decision was taken.
That is why Ghanaians will punish
Kwame,
and
Hold on.
and take it out of
No,
the
Ishmael.
You go out of office.
Ishmael,
Whether you like it or not.
let's proceed because the more we talk about this banking issue, the more
It's
emotional.
it's
I
a bad
become.
publicity for you.
So I don't want to be emotional about it. Because you see, do you know the problem I find with all governments, but particularly this administration? You have nice ideas, but you don't think about the sustainability. No, hold on, with the greatest of respect, it may have been a very good decision to take to sanitize the system. But you take the decision without looking at the attendant ramifications.
No, Kwame.
So immediately you just take the decision, but you don't know what will happen.
It was anchored on vindictive
Oh
motives.
no.
You know,
Not a good policy.
So that's the point. But it comes with what I'm saying. But it comes with what I'm saying. When you do that,
It was a
you
vindictive
fail to
move.
appreciate how to sustain that.
But Kwame,
Yes,
you
my
agree
boss.
with me that His Excellency former President Mahama, on the 2015 said that the Ghanaian banks, some of the banks were on the verge of collapse.
Where? Where did he say that?
2015.
That's why he did it. That's why there was capital injection.
Where did he say that the Ghanaian banking system was about to collapse?
That's why he did
banking system.
That's why he gave them
You
bailout.
talked about some problems with a few banks.
What is the meaning of bailout?
Banks were.
What is the meaning of
How
bailout?
many banks got bailout?
But what is the meaning of bailout?
I'm just asking, how many banks?
You know you have 2 minutes left.
Okay.
How many banks?
Alaji, don't tell. Excavators.
I know. They are so smart.
Excavators, it is an investigation. So why do you waste your time? It's an investigation. Excavators are an investigation. So why do you want to talk about this? So we have to talk about the 21 billion cities government has used the taxpayers' money to build these banks, to pay for the 4.5 million customers. It is your tax, it is my tax. Kwame, I agree. I'm also emotional because I also have a cousin who has over 200,000 Ghana cities locked somewhere. You understand what I'm saying? So the point is that if you talk about what they call it, the excavators and whatever, it's under investigation. Now,
who is investigating?
Now, former President Mahama is now going to my region and telling people that when it comes to you give amnesty to Galamseyers who have been incarcerated or jailed. Is that what you mean?
Yeah.
Fine. But the point is that once he gets to the position as a president, that is where. So he's just doing what you call mouth-watering promises. And you know, this man flip-flops.
Oh, you're a bit.
I use him. He just flip-flops. You see the crowd, and then you start to, trying to say something to entice the crowd. I'm telling you, the Western region people are very smart people. That's where I come from. I am telling you that. This guy say boys who were jailed or something like that. If he comes as a president, that is where you can give amnesty. But he's not coming because we are winning more than 10 million votes. But I am saying that the calamity that you see, the water that you see that it's muddy, it kills that what you call the fish in the in the river, and the mercury that they use, it's a metal. When they use the mercury, those who drink the water sometimes get some kind of rashes. Some even get maybe other cataract and other things on their eyes. I am saying that excavator that you are talking about, the excavator has been impounded or was impounded by the operation.
It's true. Yeah, go ahead.
The operation. And I'm saying that once it has been seized, and you suspect that something will have been going to other places, it's under investigation. Yeah. But Kwame, you see, there is one thing we have to do in this country. Me, I don't do politics of hatred. Though. If Kwame is progressing in life, buying Mercedes-Benz, Kwame, I clap because I'll get there. My time will come. Because I'm a Christian. So I believe that my time will come. Kwame, I am saying that if excavators are lost, I'm a Ghanaian. Let's investigate it. Let's get the people who have stolen the excavator, if it is true. But let's just not do the propaganda about the excavators. Alaji, you see, there's something that when I meet honorables on Parliament, honorable members from Parliament on panel, do you know what I do?
Yeah, tell me.
I think that they have a big forum than me.
Yeah, so you are measured.
So anytime Alaji is sits here and talk as if he doesn't know what is going on in Parliament, Alaji,
I don't know what is going on.
Alaji, if there is a excavator, right?
Do you know how many times we have discussed this even on the floor of Parliament?
And what has been the results?
You don't know what has the results have been.
And what have you done?
That's why you don't follow.
No, what have you done as a single person? Alaji, you should go away from propaganda.
Do you know that Parliament?
No, yes. Alaji, you have to,
Thank you.
Go to the floor of the Parliament, bring it to the floor for discussion, dispassionate discussion. But Alaji, when you leave the Parliament and come outside the Parliament and mount microphones, this is Sami Jemfi's job. Alaji.
Ishmael, how many people, how many members of Parliament do we have?
Oh, you tell me.
Is it not 275?
75.
And then,
is it 74 or 75?
And then,
275.
And then,
Now 74.
How many Ghanaians voted for them?
And
if he comes out and he's telling Ghanaians that this is what
he has a constituency.
I'll let you know in the door.
Okay.
I just told you that.
You
know that how many times we have debated. When we have debated, it's a majority vote.
Ishmael, thank you. Ishmael.
That's what I'm telling you.
Ishmael, thank you. Hold on. I think Honorable in his earlier submission made a point, and I went through the trouble of verifying that. When you spoke about Ghana's debt to GDP ratio, it's a projection.
76.
So IMF is projecting because you created the impression that we were there. Now we are about 68 point something. No, hold on. Now we are no, it's correct. It's correct. The International Monetary Fund is forecasting a worrying 76.7% of debt to gross domestic product ratio for the country this year. Yeah, according to its but it's a projection. Projections are not necessarily realities. Honorable.
I'm sure you have got it wrong.
No, I'm reading from my job. No.
Are you telling me that projection you do it from voodoo
figures? There are no figures that you get.
Hold on.
It's a problem.
What are you saying?
No.
What I say?
You said it's something that is
You have done
established.
ABCD, and I'm saying that by the end of the year, from the ABCD you have dane, you are going to get this figure. What are you talking about?
Because the basis for saying that is that the national debt to GDP ratio has been growing sharply from 44%
Yes.
in 2016 to 58.3%.
So they are telling you that
in 2017, subsequently 59.1% in 2018. 2019, the ratio debt stood at 62.8% of GDP, about 217.9 billion Ghana cedis. The report said 11 sub-Saharan African countries are currently at high risk of debt distress, and 6 are in debt distress. Finance Minister Kenneth Ratta has already appealed to World Bank, IMF, and the G20 to extend the debt repayment of emerging and developing countries. We must address worsening debt vulnerabilities to avoid a debt crisis beyond the debt suspension initiative. It goes on. No. But forecasting.
What you have done is even to reinforce my point.
No, I am not in disagreement.
Do you know that the IMF has data on every loan transaction the government has gone through?
Yes, they do.
So when they are telling you, even if you take it that you are making a projection, they are projecting based on real figures they have about what the government has borrowed. So what are you talking about?
So you don't
What are you talking about?
Forecast.
So they know that between January and March you took this. Between March and June, you took this. They have all the quarterly figures that you have borrowed.
So why were they?
And so on the basis of that,
but they could have been specific to say that in December,
the year hasn't ended. It's at the end of the year that they'll tell you the full figures.
I find everything wrong with this because they are still projecting that in 2021 it will rather decline to 74.4%.
No, they are telling you that it's going to be 76.7. They brought the figure.
76.7.
Yes.
So, and I'm saying that, but they have been able to be specific. They are specific.
Yes.
That in January 2021,
yes,
it will drop from that figure.
We are not interested in the January drop. We are interested in what the figure of the distance is. Wait until January Nana Akufo-Addo would have been history.
Oh, when we said that, we said
by the grace of Allah, we said that.
May God forbid.
Okay.
Ghanaians want a very active president.
Listen to something.
He's going to retire.
Ghanaians are not going to
January, he would have been gone. We will forget about him.
Somebody who come and salvage the country.
Thank you, Honorable. Ishmael and Honorable, please.
Desmond,
yeah.
In this country, I keep saying, and I'll always say it, we are in this country, somebody will just wake up, take a cup of tea, put pen and paper down, write something, and it becomes talk of the town. Why am I saying this? You are a chairman of a committee. You instructed that 6 excavators should be brought to wherever they are supposed to be sent to. Now we are asking you, where are the excavators? You are nowhere to be found. Where are the excavators? He said the excavators, they've flown to where? Are they going to Ebuakwa or to Ekropon? Where are they going to? You go in, seize a whole excavator, put it on a crane, bring it to Accra, park it at places where people can easily see. The next day, the excavators are nowhere to be found. And we sit here, we clap for whoever is in charge, and then at the end of the day, we say the government of the day is doing well. How much is an excavator? How much is one excavator? And how many of them are missing? 5 solid 100.
More than that.
Thank you, Honorable.
More than 500.
500 excavators. Well, in the papers, they are saying 500. So let me just go according to what is in the paper. If even per one excavator is 1 million Ghana cedis, how much is it? Yet we find manholes on our roads. When we talk about it, they say, oh, free SHS. So we should forget about the missing excavator. When we talk about it, they say, oh, the economy is doing well. If we don't see this missing excavators before 7th December, or before we go into this election, we will march on the street of Accra.
Pardon?
Because yes,
Come again. You say what?
if these missing excavators don't surface, if it doesn't come back to where it belongs to, myself, I'll go out there, put people out there, and I want to be popular. Oh no, I don't need to tell you to bring back the excavators before I'll be popular. People want to see those. No. People want to know where
you just needed to say the farmer for it to be
the whereabouts of these excavators. You see, you people are happy when we talk about these excavators. You know why? Because you are using it for other deals.
I understand you say that.
You understand? You are using it for other deals. If it is not, if you are not using it for other deals, then where are the excavators? Where are they? Because these are physical components that you can easily see, you can touch.
All right.
Yet it has become something that you can't touch.
Yes. Thank you very much. You've been very charitable with me this morning because I've really messed up your time.
No, it's because I've been here for a while.
You've been very charitable with me.
I'll calm down.
Johnny in Adenta says, "Good morning to you, Kwame." Please, respectfully. Good morning, Kwame. The percentage to GDP now is almost 76%, and you are saying what? That's the boundary for entering HEPIC. MPP government has really sent us to HEPIC. This one is from Johnny in Adenta. Johnny, we are all educating ourselves this morning. Good morning to you, our noble panelists. Have you seen their character? When we say Sakawa, James they don't understand. But when we say mafia, they are clapping for us. They are truly Sakawa from Ahmed at Suhum Ayukoche Zongo. Thank you. You have sent me a voice note. I don't know what you want me to do with that voice note. Former President Mahama is totally right to promise the people on this galamsey. The MPP are hypocritical. They've been hypocritical to their roots. Salam said, "Why is the MPP man making noise? Tell him to take his time." Salam, thanks. Good morning to you, Kwame. Please tell the MPP rep to keep mute because himself, he knows all he's talking about is not true. Ishmael, welcome to my station. After the baptism of fire, you shall receive. This is your welcome message. We are in the boat, Kwame. Both divides. Ghanaians are affected, and armed robbers are using guns to rob and kill their citizens. The government has used the pen to rob its citizens, killing many by collapsing the banks. Trust me. Someone said this to me, not my opinion. What do you panelists say? DDK sent in this one. Good morning to you, KOD, and your panelists. Please tell the MPP man that he should be honest to himself and Ghanaians, not to defend anything and everything. Tell him he shouldn't forget someone is looking up to him as a mentor. So he should be careful not to pollute our future generations with his falsehood defense. Mukaila from Bole. Mukaila. D from Tema says, this MPP man, pa. You are just there creating unnecessary confusion. He's not making cogent submissions. Hey, D to be fine girl for way they do that. Honorable, let's hear from you. But she has a profile picture here.
I'm sure Amma hasn't heard this.
Oh, Amma has said.
I don't know what to start.
You see, Kwame.
Yes, sir.
You are right, because if you look at the time, it makes nonsense of. Kwame, it is only under the government of Nana Akufo-Addo. Kwame, can I go?
Please go ahead. I'll see the message. It's funny. Please proceed.
You want to read the message?
No, please go ahead.
Yeah,
hey, I want to listen to proverbs and sense.
You see, Kwame, our people say that you don't make the hyena the caretaker of your crown. If you make the hyena the caretaker of your crown, you will not come back and find one animal alive. It goes without saying. And the things that we are hearing and seeing today, some of which even you, in your wildest imagination, you think will never happen. That a caterpillar flying. In your wildest imagination, can you imagine it? Even if you are bitten by mosquitoes and you get high fever, and you dream bad dreams, you can't even dream that you saw a caterpillar flying. And then it has happened. Life. It didn't happen. It started in Tamale when motorbikes and Aboboya They flew from the SADA Northern Development Authority office. Up to today, in hundreds, we haven't seen even one. So
no, it started from a confirm.
Yes. So Kwame, let's assume without admitting. Let us assume without admitting that it was proven to be really false. It was proven to be false. But let us assume without it. If a guinea fowl flies, is it news? Is it news for a guinea fowl to fly? But it is news for a caterpillar to fly. Big news. In fact, gargantuan news.
Pan-African news.
Exactly. Why? If a dog bites a man, it's normal. I'm alive. But when a man bites a dog, that is news. So when you see a caterpillar in full flight with wings, that is hot news.
Going where? And
it has happened at the Nana Akufo-Addo. Maybe towards where the achieved disease. Kwame. So the click. Look, in the first case, you just ask yourself. Kwame. Kwame. My brother, let's focus on what we are doing.
Let's allow them. Don't worry, I'll give you the last bullet, okay? Don't worry.
So I'm just saying that, Kwame, in the case of the excavators, it was not only excavators that were stolen. No. They stole money. They stole SUVs. You remember this chairman of the small scale miners? He said that his vehicle, he had traced it, even went to court. And the court gave him an order to be served on the minister to go and retrieve his car. Okay? He said he came to retrieve the pickup. And they said he should come and see this Owusu West Ogun MP. What's her name?
Lydia Alasan.
Lydia Alasan. Honorable Lydia Alasan. That during the day, they distributed some of the stolen vehicles and she profited from it. They gave her some. So the man, they traced the vehicle, he said you should come and see the woman and see if he can pick his car back. So they distributed even pickups and others to MPP activists and members. Kwame, they stole gold, money when they raided all those things. Have you ever heard of an account of all those things they took? So the thievery is in many aspects, not even just Abuboya and caterpillars. Gold and money and SUVs were part of it. Today, they cannot account for all those things. And when you ask yourself, by law, when those things were seized, they were supposed to be in the custody of the police. Ishmael, they were not supposed to be kept in somebody's backyard. They were supposed to be in the custody of the police so that they can properly be accounted for. So one of the reasons why they couldn't account for them is because they decided to go and put them at very obscure places or places of their own so that they could distribute them freely. And Kwame, there's word around that a lot of these things have been distributed to MP. You know that there was a policy undertaken by the MPP, which was a criminal policy. Party Hiasika. I'm sure you have heard that. You heard when they said Party Hiasika. It means that the party was going to do illegal criminal work. Galamsey is a criminal activity. And the party was going to do Galamsey in order to finance the party. Is that not criminality? That is criminality. And today, there's a lot of this in that many MPP leading members are doing Galamsey. They are talking of party chairman, party general secretaries, party who, all of them, Kwame, they are beneficiaries of the excavators and they are doing Galamsey. You go to Amansia Central, Amansia West, Amansia, where all those money, Galamsey things are, you see all of them there. I would have mentioned person for person, all of those people doing Galamsey who are top MPP notches. They are involved in Galamsey. From the principle of Party Hiasika. That is what they are doing today. And so, Kwame, why does it surprise anybody that you have a government that is doing? And Kwame, I have never heard it anywhere where a minister admits to fraud that has taken place under his watch. Because Professor Bibo Boati admitted that those machines have been stolen under his watch. And not a single action has been taken against the minister. Kwame, somebody who came and even said that he was in charge of the distribution of the excavators. The Central Regional Vice Chairman, what is his name? Owusu. And Owusu said that, Master, I was distributed. If you make a mistake and you touch me, I will mention all the names of the big people in the MPP. My brother, they say, hey, this man, if he opens his mouth, kingdoms will fall. Immediately, they beat a retreat. Have you heard Owusu's case again?
No.
Because if they touch Owusu, all the way down to the presidency. They will mention the people who are involved in the theft of the thievery of the excavators, because he knows so much. Up to today, have you heard anything again? The anti-Galamsey task force that they put in. Kwame, we're here. The president promised Ghanaians that if you give him power, he will be a frontline fighter against corruption. Today, it is corruption which is fighting the MPP. And for the MPP fighting corruption, they have forgotten about it because they are so neck deep in corruption that they are no longer talking about corruption. The president assured us that he was going to use Anas principle to fight corruption. A lie.
True,
it's part of the promises he made. And that if Anas is able to do his investigation and bring him the tape, you remember Charles Bishop?
Yeah.
Fat envelopes. Kwame. Even the fact when he was taking some, he was groaning under the weight of the envelopes. Fat envelopes. He took it to compromise the fight against Galamsey. What has happened? He's still in office. Nothing has happened to him. Frimpong, who is the minister, Professor Frimpong, who is minister for environment, and who's watched this thing, and who has admitted to this, is in office. Nothing has happened to him. So it's typical of Nana Akufo-Addo, President Nana Akufo-Addo, that corruption of that massive scale takes place in so many areas, and the people are glorifying those acts because they are going to stay in office. Nothing is going to happen to them. So Kwame, today go and look. I was listening to the Ghana water company. Kwame, they are complaining of their cost of production. It's skyrocketed because the water that is coming. And Kwame, I like traveling a lot by road. When you get to the Etiwa area,
yeah,
my brother, and you look at the water, I don't know how to describe it now. The water, Kwame, if even they bring the most robust crocodile, it will die within a matter of seconds. The level of pollution in that water, God of mercy. I'm telling you.
Thank you.
A crocodile that has survived all the Hamas, they bring it there, it can't survive.
And for me.
So Kwame, where is the promise President Nana Akufo-Addo made to Ghanaians about the fight against Galamsey? Today, is there any fight? Can you see a single fight going on in any area against Galamsey? Today, where? Show me where it is. Apart from the fact that they themselves are doing Galamsey. So Kwame, when the landlord himself needs security, your security man who is guarding the landlord himself needs security, the landlord is in trouble. Because today, I'm saying that government itself is doing Galamsey. So if government, which is supposed to fight Galamsey, is itself doing Galamsey, we are doomed.
Thank you, Honorable A.B. Fuseni. From Nuhu, Boresa. Hello, good morning. I'm enjoying your show in Bole. Please tell Ishmael to stop making noise. I'm telling him that NDC will win with 52%, with 189 MPs. He should make on the hall by 9th December 2020. He called me. Okay, you said you wear your small. He said that he will give you his number. Then you will call him to say congratulations.
Inshallah, it will come to pass.
BT Sly in Nadoli Kalio says, COVID-19 has become a blessing in disguise for Nanado's government. Everything that this government has done in the name of fighting COVID-19 was all about using it as a business for themselves and to grow family businesses. But inshallah, come 2021, JDM shall investigate all these breaches and the law will put them behind bars. KOD, please put this in the mind of the MPP man, not to beat his chest when he's talking. MPP 10 million votes. If the EC has printed them and given it to them, they can get that number if Akufo-Addo is left with just a month to end his term. From James. You mean they can't get it? Okay, because Akufo-Addo has just 1 month. Okay. Good morning, Pan African TV. Private schools support was also based on partisanship, and it's clear. If it does not happen to anyone, one example. If it has not happened to anyone, I'm an example. And even college schools do not have theirs. And all of their requirements were met. So this packages is not anything but vote buying. The same thing with the excavators. They took it for their own interest. Mohammed Awal from Nyankpala. This one says, Kwame, Google corruption. President Akufo-Addo's name will come out to you.
They say that's why they pick number 1.
JJ from Adenta sent in this one. JJ from Adenta sent in this one. Pan-African Television, please tell the MPP man to try listening to himself anytime he's making his submissions. He has no confidence in his words because he knows what he's saying is not true. Mustafa inside Damango sent in this one. Good morning to you, KO. The JM always built a nation and Anado is building a small family from Chibi. So please, vote NDC, vote JM, vote number 2. 2 sure. 2 for John and Jane. 2 direct. Development and prosperity. Lagbaja. Lagbaja. Lagbaja from Accra. Lagbaja from Accra. Good morning to you, Kwame. The MPP man should keep quiet for an elephant can never hide in Bambara Beans farm. King Jerry from Techiman.
It doesn't grow high.
Kwame, share to you all. Panelists, allergy always makes my day. Today is no exception. Men are biting dogs in Ghana these days. Fantastic. Good morning to you, KOD. Call me on so after the program, please. Hey.
Can you give me number to meet our
I need money to campaign. Tell him to. Tell him that
I will call you.
I need some funding.
Only MPP government excavators have medicine and cocaine. KOD, tomorrow is the Papa J's mother's burial at Jelukope in Keta. Okay, we wish. We extend our heartfelt condolences to the family of former President Papa J, and may God find an eternal resting place for his mom. Yes. Good morning to you, Mr. Host. Tell the MPP man that he should post the 2017-2018 college graduates and stop lying to them by Clement. Good morning to you, Kwame. I'm enjoying your program. Please, the MPP man should stop. Alaji Ebiofseni is telling him where the excavators are from Yendi. Honorable Achiri sent in this one. Good morning to you, Kwame. In fact, the NDC man is the type of people we need in the country. God bless him and his family. Good morning to you, Desmond. Joe Benson from Akropon. Desmond, I need your contact, please. Put your number out. Maybe he wants to support you.
020.
Speak.
020.
Speak like an incoming MP. Speak.
Oh, no, I want to give my number out. So, if you permit me.
I'll come to a Akropon of a campaign for you.
Oh,
Thank
yes.
you.
If you permit me, I'll give my number out.
Give
My
your
number
number
is 020-671-7161.
Again?
020-671, another 71, and then 61.
Okay.
Call me, and I'm ready to serve my people in Ekrapimno.
Good morning to KOD. We are inviting. Hold on. This is you people. You think that Pan-African TV we are some lazy people here? Sure. We have footballers. We have Frank Akakpo. We have Chess. we have Kobe Pan. We have Foster. We have Mr. Mensah. We have Tijani. We have Kwame Osida. So number 11. Don't try. Somebody is saying that good morning. We are inviting the Pan-African TV and PNC to a peaceful football match.
That's right.
Between retired footballers of Accra Great Olympics and Accra as a folk on the 8th of November. Please tell the PNC man to give me direction to their party office.
That's right.
And your office as well to send the invitation. Sure, we will score you.
My party office at Abavana Junction. Come to Abavana Junction, Kotobabi.
See the man is still teasing you. He said even your former leader was an ambassador at large. So you don't have an office.
He's talking about party. He's not talking about
party office.
He said your ambassador didn't have
what's your party
an office. Then
Kotobabi.
And you have a constituency office. But I thought that maybe constituency office.
Define
Because you are going to contest.
Define an office.
But you don't have constituency office.
Working day office. Define an office.
okay, Pan-African Television. Hold on. Ishmael. Sorry. Ishmael. Pan-African TV is located at Abelinkpe. So please, just 48 Stranica Street in Abelinkpe. Let me read this message.
Kwame, you didn't allow me to land properly.
Honorable.
I just had the last word to make that. You see,
Okay.
after all this in the Gambia, President Mama has promised
that
all the stolen excavators.
Yes.
When it comes, we will discover all the thefts.
Okay.
he will retrieve them as well as concessions. You know them. Some people got concessions. They seize their concessions from them. Legally acquired concessions.
All right, thank you.
They restore them to their owners.
Honorable Yadasi, thank you very much. Good morning to you, KOD. KOD, Nana is always and will ever be a super bad example of a leader Ghana has ever had. Wickedness, nepotism, selfishness, vindictiveness, insecurity, and lawlessness has taken a huge part of our country, Ghana. Vote JM number 2 to safeguard Ghana and better future. Greetings to Raouf, the new incoming MP for Ayawaso Central Constituency, Roxanne from Pig Farm. Roxanne from Pig Farm sent in this one. And on that note, let me say a special thank you to Honorable. Okay, a few seconds for you. He's new. Let's.
Anyway,
Oh, 1 minute is a lot.
Oh, sure. His Excellency, the now Danso Akufo-Addo is coming to my constituency, Wechagbawe, on Sunday in the morning to inspect the new built secondary school, science-based, at the Weja. And you are surprised.
You say newly built secondary school?
Yeah, newly built.
Which secondary school is that?
That Weja.
Weja has always had a secondary school.
No, I'm saying that you are building a new secondary school. Alaji, one serious point.
Weja has always had that secondary school.
No, Alaji, it's a new.
You are doing university.
Alaji, with all due respect.
No.
I'm building a new. Honorable Tinanayele Mensah, MP for Wechagbawe, through his effort, we are building a new secondary school, a science-based secondary school. And I can challenge you, I can drive you to that place.
Drive me there.
To Waterworks.
Drive me there.
Anybody watching me?
Sit our house.
So your president is coming there on Sunday.
Okay.
Tomorrow Saturday.
We'll follow.
Tomorrow Saturday is your MPP colors.
Oh, okay.
All MPP people are going to wear MPP colors, red, white, and blue.
You want to paint the country red, white, and blue.
Because we are good government, we all want to appeal to the Ghanaians. There comes 7 December 2020. They should not bring incompetent Mahama. They should bring or retain His Excellency Nana Danso Akufo-Addo to continue the free SHS. Now we are giving them 6 months free water, electricity, and so on and so forth.
All right, thank you.
So we are saying that they should not vote the incompetent Mama. They should vote number 1.
Okay. Sit our house says God Almighty will punish anyone who had a hand in this bank matter. Amen. Mohammed A. Sadiq said, His Excellency Nana Danso Akufo-Addo, his family and friends, government, 10 Ghanaians into milking cows being milked to the point of death. Ghanaians are now lean cows being milked daily to feed themselves. They want 4 more years to just finish up with Ghanaians and bury their bones. But we will vote massively for His Excellency John Dramani Mahama and his parliamentary candidates on December 7, 2020. Lillian Akosia Bediakon is watching us in the UK. She says, President Akufo, I'm sorry to burst your bubble, but Ghanaians are not as stupid as you think. Don't you even dare think you can hide behind the veneer of COVID-19 to cushion your great ineptitude and unprecedented underdevelopment performance. Salifu Valenci Suleimana says, my brothers and sisters, these two parties are the same. Let us come together and throw them away, or else we will go back to our destination. Goom all the way. Goom all the way. Goom all the way. Rashid Kunate says, watching from St. Louis, USA. I'm Rashid, a Wala man living abroad. Please, is there a letter called The Way Forward, where the Akufo-Addos will dominate the political and financial aspects for Ghana for the next 30 years? Well, that is what I'm also hearing. Thank you.
Thank you. MPP themselves, they know.
That they don't.
That's why they are grabbing left.
Thank you very much. So, thank you. So, everybody, please, let's support Desmond Chumesi Into, who is the PNC candidate for Equiapem North constituency.
You cannot sit
You've not. Why can't I? Is she a demigod?
Why? No.
Look at this. Oh, see.
So you not done anything.
Say his own number.
In that case, you haven't done any work.
And why do you waste your time on PNC? My time is up. The free screening. Thank you. The free screening is still ongoing. The free screening. Hold on. Oh, gentlemen, please. The free breast screening is still ongoing at the premise of Pan African Television. Please kindly make your way. free breast cancer free, yeah. Breast cancer screening, sorry. Be abreast to press a breast. I'll see you guys God willing Monday. It's been an absolute privilege serving you. Oh yeah. And the gentleman who said I should call you, Charlie, I hope say some Momo de cry. Next week I will be in Northeast region, Nalerugu Gambaga to be precise. I am going to I'm going for the Damba festival. So let's meet. Yeah. Now let me I'll see you guys next week. Guys, have a nice day. Bye bye.